Hey, today's January 20th, 2020. I'm here at the property, aka Broke Down Acres, aka Spiderwind Ranch, and just making some notes about the state of affairs here, things that need to be done. There's always something that needs to be done. Behind me, the red barn. See this really big tree right behind it? Well, it lost a major branch, and we're going to go take a look at that. Still debating whether or not I'm going to try to cut it all down myself. Pretty much the whole tree needs to come away now, and you'll see when I mean, it's a great tree. I'm really sad that it's gone, because if you see how big it is, it's this whole tree here, and it's going to all split and fall open. So I take a couple pieces off of it, deciding still whether or not I'm going to hire some professionals or try to do this myself the Tom way. So that's the main thing, but some other little updates. The electric pole is still on the ground right now. There's a nice deep hole there, dug 4 feet deep, used a spade, and towards the end it was too deep to pull the dirt up out of it, so and used a spade and additionally a post hole digger. And the post hole digger wasn't to actually dig, but it was just to get out the dirt that the spade used. So my recommendation, if you're ever digging really deep holes here in nasty clay, or I mean, it's not nasty, it turns into nasty mud, but it's our wonderful dark black clay soils of North Texas, is use a spade. Unless you have a really good farm implement that can put a lot of weight into a tiller and go down in there, like on the end of a tractor. You know, I've tried this with handheld tillers, and it doesn't work very well. Just use a spade. So that's the electric pole. It's going to go in that hole eventually. And coming back here towards the barn, I've moved the Bull's Arrow trailer at the request of my wife to that location from where it used to be, because she wanted it to be closer to where we were having our campfires. And here's the tree. Well, shoot, I just wish it could stay here. It's because it's such a nice, big, elegant, and stately tree, but it can't stay. One major branch broke off 1.5 years ago, and I was hoping it would recover and just stay good. But this branch broke off in some recent high winds about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and you can see here, there's just no way. It's going to stand up, and it's a danger now. It's a hazard, because if you see this fissure all the way down to here, and there's rotten wood inside here. This is all rotten. This is totally dried. I mean, it hasn't been living for a long time, so it's just been waiting for a big wind to pull it down. It looks like it would be fairly easy to climb it, although working way up there, I think I'd rather use a handsaw than a power tool, and that would make it go really slowly, and some of these trunks are quite big. So that's a major thing going on. I will be getting rid of this branch today and probably taking off at least some parts of the other branches. I mean, it's a lot of tree. Other updates, just what's going on. Here's another shot of Bull's Arrow. That lovely 1964 Bull's Arrow camper. There it is. And so I am going to have a bonfire today, just to burn off a load of scrap wood and waste that needs to be burned away. The ground is muddy and really nasty today, so it's a good day to have a fire. Low wind, no wind, just a tiny little bit of a breeze. And you see how wet the ground is? Boy, this place really stays wet when it's wet. There's just standing water all over the place. There's all that nice water in the grass. But other stuff going on. I do need to haul away that pile of trash. And the trailer that's going to do it is this guy, which was disassembled and taken down to the metal frame trailer only, and I've got to put some wood boards on it. I priced it all out. It's about $200 to put a really nice deck, and that will be my main hauling trailer for taking away junk and also bringing in large pieces of wood, or anytime a trailer's needed, that'll be it. That's an ongoing project. Now this, oh boy, this was finally made back to a stable condition, because I've talked about it on several videos, and I'll just summarize it right now. You know, that was taken off of not this trailer, but that trailer. So there are a total of three vintage camper trailers on this property. Only Bull's Arrow is intact. The one behind me, Blue Boy, that one was separated from the trailer base, and it's a little bit longer than this one. This one was given to me for free for doing the work to get it out of the gentleman's garage, because he had started to disassemble it, but he realized that it was probably too far gone and also not what he wanted to do to put that much time into fixing it up. But anyhow, I mean, it would have been possible actually to fix that one up, but it would have been truly a lot of work, very detailed work. If you're interested in how these old campers are put together, I have a video of myself taking that one apart, and you can see a lot about how the aluminum's put together, what the framing inside is actually made of, and you can see that in this guy too. So long story short about this guy, when I separated it with my best friend off of that trailer, we took it completely off all around the edges, and it was see this long board here? Well, that goes through. Same thing on the other side. There's a long board. Well, it's just screwed through so that you've got a sandwich around the frame, right? And the sandwich around the frame is attached to these, which go between the two sandwiches. There's one there, and there's one right there. And that's what holds this up off the ground, because the interior framing is completely rotted away. Anyway, when we separated it, it was like in March, and here in North Texas we have high winds, and the wind just blew it over. I have actually put it back up and had it blow over a total of 3 times. So, you know, they say third time's a charge. This is actually the 4th time that it's been brought back up. But the thing I never did until this last time I brought it up was I never reframed the bottom and attached the skin to the new framework. So now it's actually, instead of being on, you know, before it was only resting on these blocks here in the middle that are really tall and very unstable. That's what it was like before, and it was falling over all the time. But now it is attached to a new frame member on the bottom. Can you see that? Yeah, you see all those. And those are attached to runners that are only on one block, which is pretty much firmly attached into the ground. Seems like there's just no end in sight to things to do up here. And the goal, of course, is to have this be a nice retreat place where, I mean, not only for myself, because I like coming here just the way it is. I don't care. I'll sleep in the camper. I'll walk around in the mud and start a garden over there. I like it. But my family also wants to be able to come up here and enjoy it, which means that there needs to be a little bit of less rough conditions up here. So anyhow, that was the update for today. It is Martin Luther King Jr. Day, a very good day to reflect on how far we've come, things that are still, you know, left less to be desired about the way we all are. But yeah, it's a good day to reflect, and I'm going to be lighting that fire. That's the fire I'm doing today, and doing some tree work. I'm going to go like this another 10-15 minutes, and it's going to start to slow down. When you got a tree like this, you cut the ones that are supporting it on the ground last, because those are what's stopping it from falling down to the ground. So you cut everything on top, everything around, anything that's not supporting it on the ground, you can cut that. Time for a cup of tea. pretty sure I'm going to hire some help to finish this now, because I don't have a chainsaw. I don't really, never intended on buying one. Probably look pretty stupid up there with the sawzall, but I know what I'm capable of, and I wanted to get some weight off of the one that's real heavy that's leaning that way, so this doesn't just blow over, because there's some winds coming in the next few days, and I don't know when I'll get around to having a crew out here, or, you know, finishing up myself. Process those later. A little bit of cleanup. That's it today.